And welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday night. It's actually Sunday football game between the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions, man. We got a good one for you, too. These two defenses, man, they have looked better and better every single week. Obviously, the Browns are coming off a huge win and a huge upset over the previously undefeated and previously majorly hyped Green Bay Packers. It was a 13 to 10 victory for the Browns. They scored 13 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to get a huge win over Jordan Love and the Packers. Now, on the other side, we have the Detroit Lions. They are coming off two consecutive victories, man. After losing in week one against the Green Bay Packers, they have looked like the Detroit Lions that we have seen for the last two seasons, man. They have looked good. They have been able to run the ball. Their passing game is working off of that play action. Jared Goff looks like he is finally kind of back in rhythm. He looks comfortable in the pocket. And on top of that, Aiden Hutchinson and that defense who are now healthy and they are beginning to look super dominant in the game, man. It is going to be an interesting one, man. I feel like if Cleveland's front seven can play as well, if not better, than they did against Green Bay, I think this is going to be a super competitive game, and I think it's going to be very close. And the big thing is to look out for the Detroit Lions is one, can they get the running game going? That is going to be imperative if they want to be able to win this one and win it comfortably. If you start to see Detroit not being able to really do what they want in the running game, similarly to when they couldn't get it done in week one, you're going to start to see this offense kind of strain just a little bit. You're going to have to rely on Jared Goff not just to throw the ball, but to be able to get the ball down the field to get those explosive plays, get the first downs. So if Detroit can run the ball, I think you're going to start to see this game get closer and closer as the game goes on. And for the Cleveland Browns, they need to get the running game going. They have dealt with some injuries at the running back position. And on top of that, Joe Flacco has had some major ups and downs early in the season, mostly kind of down. He has not had the success that he had a season ago. So we'll see if they can kind of get back to what they were doing before. David Stegosaurus, howdy. And we got Captain Mickey Mouse. Let's go. Sellers won. Steelers won game one. Yes, they did. Yes, they did, man. I actually caught the last couple, I think the last quarter and a half of that Steelers Minnesota game. And the Steelers defense, man, 7 sacks, man. That is a lot. That is a lot. That's a lot of pressure on a guy that Wentz, he's just been really unable to kind of get momentum going. He's looked good for one game, obviously, last week. That was almost a defensive game for Minnesota more than it was offensively. But man, dude, the Minnesota Vikings, they need to be able to find an answer at quarterback. Otherwise, this is going to be a long season. So, but yeah, man. But obviously, Cleveland kicking this one away. Detroit picks it up at the 11 to the 20, 25. And he lowers a shoulder and gets it down to the 31. I picked Detroit to win, so yeah. I don't blame you, man. I would probably be picking the Lions as well to win this ball game. But again, I think, like I said, if the Cleveland Browns can get pressure on Goff like they did with Jordan Love, and on top of that, if they can slow down this running game for Detroit or even shut it down, I think this game is going to be a lot closer, and it would not surprise me if Cleveland got a win here. Quick throw to the left, and it'll be a first down, gain of about 13, and that is to Jamison Williams. Bills haven't kicked yet. That is true. Yeah, we got a lot of games early Sunday, man. We'll definitely go around the horn as we usually do throughout the game. We'll do some score updates and we'll see where it goes. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 44. Goff, play action, looking pressured, and we'll just throw it away. And there it is, man. The pressure by the Cleveland front seven. Miles Garrett in on the pressure that forced Goff to just basically throw it away to no one in particular, man. We got David. Actually, Captain Mickey Mouse. Did you see your subs recently? You're going to be happy. Ooh, let's check it out. I saw we were at 99, man. We are so close to that goal, man. We're trying to get to 100 before October. So if you're new here, please make sure you like and subscribe, man. I appreciate you being here. And hey, stick around, man. We got a lot of games today. Hand off to Gibbs up the middle. He'll get it across the 45, down near the 40. Down across the 45, down near the 47. David, second source, I have Philly at Tampa here. Ooh, there we go. That should be a really good game. Honestly, if it was between Philly and Tampa and this game, I might have gone with Philly and Tampa because I think that they're just going to be that those offenses are going to be a little bit more consistent, and the defenses. I just think the overall quality would be a little bit better. But like I said, I like this matchup. There's gonna be a good test of how Detroit's offense is, especially that offensive line that had some major questions coming into the season. 3rd and 7, ball at the 47. Goff pressured, steps up in the pocket, delivers a ball to his running back, but it'll be short of the first gain of about 3 or 4. So it'll be 4th and 3 coming up. Man, dude. Miles Garrett is an issue, man. That is just a freaking monster on that freaking left side. All right, with 12:55 in the first here, Detroit was looking good on that first play, but once again, that pressure by the Cleveland front seven, forcing Goff to kind of throw that ball away, dump it down, and not able to get the drive going. So it'll be Cleveland coming up offensively here after the break. But now that we have a little bit of a breather, how you guys doing, man? How's your week? How's your weekend been going? Let me know in the chat, man. Let me know if you guys have anything exciting going on this week. And then on top of that, what is the game that you are looking forward to the most? For me, obviously, and it's not even just because it's the Packers, but that storyline between the Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers, man. Obviously, those two teams have had a history since basically the 90s. But over the last, I would say, 12 years, man, between the it wasn't a catch, between Jordan Love just absolutely wrecking the Dallas Cowboys a couple of years ago. Obviously, Mike McCarthy was the head coach for both franchises within the last couple of years. And then obviously just maybe a month ago, maybe a little bit less, the Dallas Cowboys trading away their franchise defensive player in Micah Parsons to the Packers for what it seems like pennies on the dollar. Obviously, there was drama there between Jerry and Micah. There was a quote-unquote unofficial handshake or a handshake in terms of contract. Jerry thought it was a done deal. Micah said, great, now you can talk to my agent. And apparently that rubbed Jerry the wrong way, and it just fell apart. And now Micah Parsons, one of the top defensive players in the NFL, traded in his prime to the Green Bay Packers. And yeah, the storyline is going to be that, man. Did Jerry make the right decision? We obviously will not know that even after this game. You cannot judge a trade after just 4 weeks. It's going to take at least a year, if not more, to know what really was the winner of that trade. But regardless, great storyline, some drama early in the season. Gotta love it. All right. Captain Mickey Mouse, next Sunday Night Football. Remember who it is? Yes, it is, man. It's going to be the Bills. It's going to be a good one, man. Should be a good one in week 5. I'm going to update you with Bill scores because I have it here on Paramount Plus. Hey, there you go. Paramount Plus. Let's go. Thank you, Captain. Appreciate you. Philly just blocked a punt and returned it. Wow, dude. They are on a tear when it comes to special team blocks. They did 2 block kicks last week. First and 10, ball at the 12. And a nice little throw to the right sideline, and that'll be close to a first down. Jerry Jeudy getting it started here for the Browns. Captain Mickey Mouse, Curtis Samuel just made it nice. There we go. Cook at 43 yards. Wow. Yeah, man. James Cook is having an all-pro start to the year, man. Hopefully he can kind of keep it going. All right, we got first and 10. Ball at the 22. Joe Flacco under center. Single receiver to the left. Single back in the backfield. Hands it off to the running back. Cuts it to the right. Picks up good yardage across the 30 down to the 31, and that'll set up a 2nd and 1. That was Judikins, the rookie, man. He has looked pretty darn good since they kind of handed the reins to him, I think starting last week. Yeah, Judikins, was he, okay, I thought he was a Georgia Bulldog, but he was actually Ohio State. Hand off to Judikins on that right side, and he'll pick up about 2 or 3 for the Browns. It'll be, is that going to be a first down? I think it is. Ooh, Khalil Shakir, man. There we go. Heck yeah. Let's go. All right, we got 2nd and 7 here. Single receiver to the left. Joe Flacco in the shotgun. Hands it off to his rookie running back, who will pick up another 2 or 3 on the ground. And that'll set up a 3rd and medium for the Cleveland Browns, man. Some key inactives for Cleveland here. DeJuan Jones, he's on IR, their left tackle. And then their right tackle, Jack Conklin, is also inactive. So it's definitely something to look out for here, especially with this Detroit front seven that is getting better and better as the season season has gone on. Aiden Hutchinson having his best game last week. It'll be a throw to the right, and that's going to be a first down catch, but we do have a lot of flags, and it was a diving catch. So we got to make sure, we got to confirm that he was able to hold on to it as he went to the ground. Woo, man, we got 5 people in already, man. Let's go. I appreciate you, man. Thank you guys so much. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. All right, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're 1 short of that goal, man. We're at 99 currently. So, but also make sure you leave a like on this video, man. It helps out, gets this video in a lot more people's eyes. But regardless, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, man. It's going to be a penalty on Brian Branch, who has had a lot of penalties early this season. So that'll be an automatic first down. Ball at the 45 of Detroit. Joe Flacco, play action. Looking down to the left. Finds his man, Jerry Jeudy, getting it inside the Detroit 20 with a beautiful little crossing route there, running towards the left sideline. Woo. Joe Flacco, man, still has the cannon. All right, we got 1st and 10, 2 receivers on the right side. Joe Flacco under center. Sends the receiver in motion. Oh, it's going to be a nice little makeshift handoff to the tight end, but it'll only pick up about 1 yard. And that was to the rookie tight end, Harold Franklin, number 44. 3rd round pick out of Bowling Green. Gotta love Bowling Green, man. That school just develops like those 4th, 5th, 6th round draft pick guys that just tend to stick around the NFL for like half a decade, if not more. All right, we got 8:40 in the first here. Joe Flacco alone in the shotgun. Pressure, throws to the right side, and he finds Jerry Jeudy again, this time for about 4 yards inside the 10, down near the 7. All right, we got 3rd and 5 coming up here. So Cleveland can pick up a first down without getting into the end zone here. Ball at the 7-yard line. Joe Flacco alone in the shotgun. And it looks like we're going to get an early timeout here. I think it's going to be on Cleveland. No, Detroit. Dan Campbell not liking what he was seeing. Looks like that defense, especially in the secondary, was still kind of moving some pieces around. So I think Dan was like, all right, let's get this right. Let's get this right. Our defensive coordinator, Kelvin Shepard, former player taking over for Aaron Glenn. This defense has played a lot better over the last 2 weeks. 3rd and 5, Joe Flacco in the shotgun takes a snap, finds a man over the middle, and it'll be a first down right at the 1. But we do have a flag. That was to Cedric Tillman. Needed to get it to the 2 for a first down, got it down to the 1. But we will see what the flag is. David, here's hoping for a pick 6, even though I want them to. I don't want to see it. There you go, man. That's a Packer fan right there. And this is going to be another penalty on Detroit here. This one will be declined since it resulted in a first down at the 1. That was on the second-year man, Terrion Arnold. Another player who has dealt with some penalties early in the season, man. Him and Brian Branch having a little bit of I don't even want to say a sophomore slump, because they have been really solid, but you can just tell that maybe the referees are playing these guys a little bit closer to the vest than they did a season ago. All right, we got Joe in under center here, hands it off to Judikins, and he will be about, the length of the football short. Not even half a yard. Cleveland knocking on the door here, man, trying to get the scoring started early. All right, Flacco again under center, and it's going to be a QB sneak, but I don't think they got it. They got a little bit closer, but did not get it. It'll be 3rd and goal here, man. Not getting much help from his running back and tight end in the back there. Not getting much of a push from them. I mean, if you're Cleveland, I think you just go for it, man. You're inside the 1. You get 2 chances to do it. I wouldn't kick a field goal here. You need touchdowns against Detroit here. Another QB sneak, and no, once again, Joe Flacco and this Cleveland offense unable to move that pile. That was a heck of a job, man. Holy cow. All right, Cleveland going for here. 4th and goal. Can they get it done? And touchdown, Cleveland! The rookie Judikins finally punching it in, man. Let's freaking go. Got a little excited there, man. You never know. They might go for two. Yeah, Judikins attacking that left side and then just kind of turned his back, but moving those legs, man. Able to back his way into the end zone. Extra point is up. It's right down the middle. And it is going to be 7-0 Cleveland with 5:36 left here in the first. Cleveland with a near 9-minute drive here in the first. Dave, what's the next game you're doing today? I kind of forgot. If it helps, I did do a post on what we're going to be streaming today. So check out that post for sure. Yeah, I broke down all the games that we're going to do today. At least the Packers didn't let the Browns score a touchdown this early in the game against them. Just saying, as a friend. There you go, man. See? That's why the Packers are still better. Despite losing last week. Yeah, man. I think, man, like this was even true last season. The Cleveland Browns, man, are they gonna win a lot of games this year? Probably not. But if you look at the games that they lost, almost none of them were blowouts. None of them were like, oh, this team is terrible. This team can't. Their defense was good last year. It looks good this year, and their offense is still has weapons, man. And the biggest issue that they had last year was that Nick Chubb in that running game just could never seem to get going. Obviously, Nick Chubb is no longer there. They drafted Judikins. He looks like he has been able to kind of give this offense a little bit of a spark. You know, he hasn't created, 150 yards, 125 yards, but he looks like a back that they can build this offense around. And on top of that, they have some really solid weapons on the outside. They got Njoku, they got Judy, they got Cedric Tillman. They got guys, man. And Joe Flacco, for the most part, he was never known as a mobile quarterback, even as a rookie or in his early part of his career. But now he's definitely more of a statue than he's ever been. But he can still sling the ball down the field, man. So this Cleveland Browns team is not going to be an easy win for, I think, anybody. You're going to have to prepare. Like I said, that defense is an issue. Myles Garrett, along with everybody else, is just seems to be. They almost seem to have gotten better than they did a season ago, and they were still pretty darn good last year. The issue was the secondary, and I think the secondary did take a small step forward this offseason. Uh, at the next line, I'll break down the Ravens versus KC because that's also a Paramount Plus. There we go. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, that was a game that I was hoping we could stream, but unfortunately not. Unlike most of the country, like literally, I think it's like 80% of the country is going to be seeing the Ravens in Kansas City. Unfortunately, in my part of the country, since it's Chicago, I'm so close to Chicago, the Chicago market, we got stuck with it. And there was actually a decent return here by Detroit, so they're going to have some decent field position to start here. They're going to see if they can respond to this Cleveland Browns opening touchdown drive. Allen just made you tons of yards. Let's freaking go, man. Yeah, my fantasy team, we're projected to lose this week, but we were projected to lose last week. So let's keep it going. Pressure on Goff, and he's going to have to just dump that one away. All right, man. Cleveland putting pressure on Jared Goff early. This time moving Myles Garrett, this one to they moved him to the right side of the offensive formation. Jameer Gibbs doing everything he can to try to stop him. Did not help at all. But hey, A for effort. All right, 2nd and 10, ball at the 35. Goff in the shotgun takes the snap, throws to the left side, and he will find Sam Laporta for a gain of 5 down to the 40. And that'll be 3rd and 5 coming up for Detroit. Goff had to throw that one quick because once again the pressure get into him early. All right, Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. Sam Laporta alone to that left side. Goff looking, pressured. Myles Garrett running him down. He finds a wide open St. Brown down the right sideline, picking up good yardage and a first down. I'm surprised that there was not a holding call on Penei Sewell there, because I feel like he definitely turned Myles Garrett around. I'm close to New York City, Baltimore, so that's why I get the Bills. There we go. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 35 of Cleveland. This one by Jahmyr Gibbs up the middle and will pick up about 8 or 9 yards, but we do have a late flag on the play. We got 4:04 left in the first. And this penalty going to be on Cleveland here. Personal foul, tripping. Yeah, DePitt getting a little juke move there by Gibbs. Fell away the wrong way and then just stuck out that foot to try to trip up Gibbs there. So that'll be half a distance to the goal. That is a huge penalty on this Cleveland defense. Ball at the 14. Goff in the shotgun, looking, pressured, and down he goes for a sack back at the 18. But we do have a flag. Keon Coleman just made a 27-yard catch from Allen. There we go, man. Keon Coleman, man, he's slowly, I think, becoming Josh Allen's number one target there. Over there in Buffalo, man. I think Allen still really likes to throw to his tight ends. You know, Kincaid, Knox, Shakir will always have a role there with Josh Allen, man. I think he really trusts him a lot. But Keon Coleman, man, establishing himself as like the number one guy on that outside. All right, this one on Cleveland, the penalty. So 1st and goal, ball at the 8-yard line. Hand off to Gibbs, trying to bounce it to the right side. He does. Touchdown! Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, man, just making 3 guys miss inside there and then just blowing past all of them, getting to that right side of the end zone. Yeah, I just noticed the Cheesehead has a spot to hang on the wall. Absolutely, man. Trying to build that side of the wall there with some Green Bay stuff. Fortunately, you can't really see the banner, so I'm gonna have to either move that down or we're gonna have to move the camera at some point, but won't do it today. Extra point is good at 3:20 in the first. It is all tied up. 7-all Detroit, able to respond and tie the game up here with a great run by Jahmyr Gibbs. Captain Mickey Mouse, nice cheese head on the wall. Absolutely, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna try to add as much stuff to the wall, especially during the football season. There we go. All right, right, let's look around the league now that we're one on a commercial break, and we're about a good chunk of the way through. Most of these games will be heading into their second quarter. So let's look here. We got obviously we had the Vikings and Steelers. Steelers coming away with a 24-21 victory over there in Dublin. All right, then we have the Commanders and Falcons. They have less than a minute left in the first quarter, and the Falcons coming off a disastrous loss against the Carolina Panthers last week. They are actually up 10-0 over the Washington Commanders. And then we have the Giants and Chargers. Obviously, the Giants are now starting their rookie quarterback, Jackson Dart, and they have started out with an impressive 7-0 over the Chargers, man, with 5 minutes left in the first. All right, we got Texans and Titans. Texans up 3-0 over the Titans with about 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And the Eagles with just 5 minutes left in the first here, they have jumped out to an impressive 14-0 lead over Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Panthers up 6-0 over the Patriots. Obviously, Carolina coming off a 30-0 victory over the Atlanta Falcons. So that offense, man, looking good. Bills are up 14-7 over the Saints with 2:30 left in the game. Sorry, 2:30 left in the first quarter. And then obviously this game 7-7. Captain Mickey Mouse, there you go, 14-7. All those points for the second touchdown was cooked. Let's go. It's going to be returned by Cleveland here across the 20 and taken down near the 23. They were showing Amon-Ra St. Brown came up, might have picked up an injury on that Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Hopefully nothing serious. Not only for Detroit, but also for my fantasy team. Let's move that possession over to Cleveland there. Ooh, we got a fight in Tampa. Ooh, yeah, man. If that game starts to get a little bit of a blowout, man, we're gonna start to see those players, man, get after it. And Joe looking is gonna dump it underneath to his rookie running back there, picking up about 2 yards. All right, we got 2nd and 8. Ball at the 25. Hands it off to Judikins, and he will go nowhere. Detroit sniffing that one out. Terrion Arnold, one of the first guys there from the secondary. All right, man. Let's see if Detroit's defense here can get a stop. Cleveland had a little bit of help with some penalties on that opening scoring drive, but they also looked good, man. They were able to run the ball pretty well. Joe Flacco able to throw the ball down the field. Flacco alone in the shotgun, single receiver to the right. Sends a receiver in motion, takes the snap, lofts it up to the left, and it is intercepted by Detroit. Woo! And Detroit's defense, man, getting a big play by Kirby Joseph. Kirby Joseph led the NFL in interceptions a season ago. It looks like there was a miscommunication on that one, man, because Joe just lofted that thing up into the air. His receiver was basically just running a little short hitch instead of just going down the field. And there was definitely pressure too coming from that left side, man. His left tackle almost on pushed into his lap on that throw, but it didn't look like it affected Joe. It just, I don't know what happened there. So 1st and 10, ball at the 46 of Cleveland. Great catch by St. Brown. I got to move the ball over here. Picks up about 12 or 13 for a first down. Yeah, because Joe didn't get hit by his either a defender or his own guy on that throw. I think it was just more of I'm just gonna float that up there. It was either gonna be a throw. It was either a throwaway that he just didn't get enough on it, or there was a miscommunication between him and the receiver. Hand off to David Montgomery, and he'll pick up about 2 down near the 32. Yeah, but it isn't a pick six, so it's not as cool as it could be. Absolutely, and no spin move either. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Just rude. If you're gonna pick off somebody, you gotta try to take it to the house. All right, and if you can, throw a spin move in there. All right, give us something. Give us something. All right, we got 2nd and 8. Goff under center, single back in the backfield. Hands it off to Montgomery, and he will lose about half a yard on the carry. And we got 3rd and 9 coming up for Detroit. All right, 3rd and 9, Goff in the shotgun. St. Brown in motion, running back to his left, and we got a flag. So the game clock is at 0, but it's going to be a false start on Detroit. All right. So that's a huge penalty there. It'll move it to 3rd and 14. And that'll take us, I believe, to the second quarter here. All right. Dave, you could easily move your Packers flag below the cheesehead. I think so. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, either that or I'm going to might just move it back kind of towards this side right here, kind of lay it down. All right, man. So we're going to commercial here. Obviously, the penalty on Detroit will make it 3rd and even longer. And we're going to head to the second quarter. All right, let's check out the old fantasy here. TB got a field goal, so at least they won't get shut out. There we go. Hey, man, just get the momentum going, man. Take the points early. You know, unless you're at the 1 yard line, I always say take the points early. You'll thank yourself later. Can't go wrong. It's nice in Buffalo. Yes, it is, man. Yeah, Buffalo has they've done a pretty darn good job so far this season, man. They have I think James Cooks has been a massive if not the most important part of Buffalo's early success, man. I think Josh Allen, we've seen what he can do, even when he doesn't have the best supporting cast around him. But when you give that guy a running game to pair with receivers, tight ends that are ascending as well, it just makes that entire team just even more dangerous than they were. All right, here, see here. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Da-na, da-na. All right, so I am currently leading, but still projected to lose. All right, we're back here. So, third and 14, ball back at the 38-yard line. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. Throws to the left side and finds Reynolds. That ball could have easily been picked off, man, but a heck of a throw and a great catch by actually Raymond, Khalif Raymond, not Reynolds. It'll still be short of the first, but makes this a more manageable field goal for Jake Bates. This one, 48 yards. Bates, snap, kick, and it is right down the middle, man. Detroit, 10 unanswered points, and they take the lead here early in the second quarter. 14-17 as we head to another commercial break, man. The NFL loving those commercial breaks. All right, we got Josh Allen here. Talking about my fantasy team. Josh Allen with 8 points. Jordan Mason got me 10 points. So not great, but could have been worse. St. Brown with an early 5.8 points for me. Jawan Johnson, the tight end over there in New Orleans, man. 2.7 points. Let's go. And Cam Skedaboo with an early 2.7 there. So not too bad, all right? Not too shabby. Yeah, man. We're gonna need some big games from some of these young guys. So hopefully we can get some points. But woo, let's go, man. We got 6 people here watching the game, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're at 99, so we're closing in on that number, man. So, hey, help us get us over that line, man. But regardless, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, man. We try to do as many games as we can. If you look at what we've done so far this season, we're on pace to do basically 5 games per week, and we're just gonna keep it going, man. We're just gonna keep it going. Also, make sure you hit up the chat, man. We got some great people, man. David, Captain Mickey Mouse, man, always keeping me up to date on the scores, keeping the chat going with some great jokes as well, man. So we got some great people that come through the chat, man. So please make sure you join that as well. Thank you. Our Commanders finally scored a touchdown. Patriots take a 7-6 lead over Carolina here. All right. Jake Bates kicking this one away. It'll go into the end zone, and Cleveland will fair catch it. And out comes Joe Flacco, man, threw an interception on the previous drive there. Once again, it looked like a little bit of a weird one. There's a little bit of pressure. His own guy was getting pushed into him. Might have been a miscommunication, or it was just Joe trying to throw this one away, but just not getting enough juice on that throw. So, Cleveland, 1st and 10, ball at the 35, single receiver to that left side. Play action. Joe gets it out to his rookie, catches it to the 40, 45, and down across the 50 is Judikins with a great catch and run. The rookie out of Ohio State. Woo! Nice little screen pass there to the rookie. So we got 1st and 10 in Detroit territory already, down to the 49. Joe Flacco takes the snap in the shotgun. Pressure, and down he goes. That is Aiden Hutchinson with a sack. He had a massive game last week, man, against the Ravens. And Aiden Hutchinson, man, just seems to get better and better as the season progresses, man. As he's further away from that nasty leg injury from a season ago, man, he seems to getting faster, stronger, more confident in his ability. Yeah, that was a big sack, man. 2nd and 16 coming up for Detroit. Knocks them back into their own territory. Three receivers on the right side. Joe Flacco in the shotgun. And this play is going to be blown dead, and it's going to be a flag here. Delay of game, Cleveland. Before they kicked it off, you should have seen that play. They had two Buffalo defenders on Spencer Rattler in the 4th and 22, and the refs made it incomplete. Wow, okay. Dang. What if Aiden gets a pick 6 too? Then he'd really be back. Absolutely, man. And he's athletic enough to not only pick off a pass, but also run it. So back at their own 40, man, Cleveland. 2nd and 21. Joe rolling, trying to run, and will just dump it to the turf. 3rd and 21 coming up. This drive was looking great, man. A great catch and run by the rookie. And then boom, sack, boom, penalty, and now an incomplete pass. So all right, two receivers on the right side. Joe Flacco in the shotgun with a running back to his left. It's got time. Throws to the left and incomplete. Trying to get it to Jerry Jeudy. He would have been about 8 yards shy of the first anyway. That's a great defensive stand by Detroit, man. After giving up the big play on the screenplay to the running back, they do a great job in coverage, pressure. Let's go. Dave, who is number 33 on the Saints? Oh man, that is a good question, my dude. Let me look that up for you when I get a chance here. But punt is away. It'll be caught at the 13. And not much on the return, just a yard. Great job by Cleveland on the punt coverage team. The Wikipedia website for 25 would probably have that answer. Number 33, I'm assuming that's either going to be a running back or someone in the secondary, just based on the number. 33 is the rookie Jonas Sanker. Third round pick out of Virginia. There you go. Yeah, man. Aiden Hutchinson, it just seems to be getting stronger as the season goes, man. Because, like, in week one, he was just stonewalled by the Packers' offensive line, especially Zach Tom, who is one of the best tackles in the game. But then you started to see him kind of get a little bit more pressure in week two. And then last week, man, just creating havoc, absolute havoc over there in Baltimore. And then this week, already has a sack. David Stegosaurus, 33. Jonas Sanker, a safety, according to Wikipedia. There you go. He just caught an interception on the Bills. Oof. Come on, Josh. You can't be throwing picks, man. I think that's Allen's first interception of the season, I think. Well, Jonas Sanker, I'm not a fan of you right now, man. That's just rude. If you're gonna pick off Josh Allen, you better take it to the house. Uh-oh. I was just talking about Hutchinson. He came up looking injured on the on that last offensive play by Cleveland. Play action, handoff to Gibbs. He breaks a tackle to the 30, 35, stays on his feet down to the 39. Woo! Jahmyr Gibbs with an explosive 20-plus yard play, man. I think that went for 25 yards. Yeah, this is going to be a Jahmyr Gibbs game, I think. Hopefully, David Montgomery can kind of poach some touchdowns here. We got 1st and 10, ball at the 39. Goff under center, and it's going to be a false start on Detroit. And that's going to be on the backup tight end, Brock Wright. My goodness. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, it's going to be another false start here, man. This one on the left tackle. So of the 25 yards that Jahmyr Gibbs picked up, the Lions have just lost 10 of that on penalties. That's on the veteran left tackle Tyler Decker. Saints have a guy named Xavier Truss on the offensive line. I bet he helps raise the roof. Raise the roof. All right. Jared Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. 3 receivers on that left side. St. Brown with a nice little bubble screen catch, and will pick up some decent yardage. And he'll get it across the 35 down near the 36. And that'll set up a 2nd and 12 here for Detroit. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looking, throws deep down the field, and not on the same page, man. Pressure by this Cleveland front 7. I think messed up the timing on that one. Trying to find Jameson Williams just streaking down the middle of the field, man. Nice little post route. Oh, yeah. Goff was kind of bumped into as he was throwing that one. Third and 12 coming up. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. Two receivers on that right side. Dumps it underneath to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he will be good for about a yard, maybe two. And that'll be a fourth down coming up for Detroit here. They're going to have to punt this one away. Captain Mickey Mouse Dave, December 24 was the last Bills turnover against the Pats. Ooh. Hot dang. And David Gozenhelt. That is a heck of a name right there. Punt is away, and it'll be fair caught at the 8-yard line for Cleveland here. We got 9:12 left in the first. Sorry, in the second here. First half, second quarter. All right, man. It's been a while since we got a touchdown here. Let's see if Cleveland can kind of get us back on track and retake the lead against a pretty darn good Detroit defense. Woo, man, we got 5 people here. Let's go, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. And hey, if you're new here, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We got about 2 days to do that, and we are just 1 subscriber away from hitting that goal. So make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. We're so close. Got to get there, man. We got to get there. All right, we got 1st and 10 here. Cleveland with the ball. Joe Flacco in the shotgun, running back to his right side there. Nice little handoff, but it'll be for a loss, man. Holy cow. That kid never had a chance, man. Detroit just flew to the ball. It's going to be a loss of about 3. Well, the good news is Hutchinson is back in the game here. We got 2nd and 2. Flacco in the shotgun, running back to his left. Single receiver on that right side. Joe looking to the right side and throws up a 50-50 ball, and it goes incomplete. Tight coverage by Detroit. Hey, you never know. Hey, man, if they start putting points on the timeouts, man, we'll take them. I'll take them. Third and 12. Flacco alone in the shotgun, throws it underneath, and it'll be whoa. It looked like it was going to be 5 yards shy of the first, and it comes out to maybe half a yard. I think it'll be 4th and 1 officially. I think they're going to mark the ball about a yard shy. But dang, dude, that was a heck of a good effort by, let me see, who the heck was that? That was number 44, the rookie tight end, Harold Fannin. Harold Fannin, man. Heck of an effort. But unfortunately, Cleveland will punt this away. And it'll be, I think, just north of the 40, so not a great punt. We got 7:36 left here in the second quarter. We're going to go to a commercial break. All right, let's look around the league. Let's do a little bit of a score update. Commanders, holy cow, man. The Falcons, after just being blown out and shut out last week, they are looking a lot better on offense. They are up 17-7 over the Commanders. The Giants are leading 10-3 over the Chargers. That is an interesting scoreline there. Texans are now up 6-0 over the Titans, which is not too surprising for either team. It's not surprising that the Texans are struggling to score touchdowns, but it's also not surprising that the Titans are somehow losing in this game. The Eagles, man, dude, they are just picking up exactly where they left off last week in the fourth quarter. I think they were down 19 points in the fourth quarter last week against the Rams, and they ended up just destroying the Rams in that fourth quarter to get a big win. So far, they are just taking it to the Buccaneers, man. 21-3 with 6:10 left in the second quarter. Patriots up 14-6. They've scored 14 unanswered points against Carolina. And the Saints, man, holding it, making it close against the Bills, man. Still down 7-14, but they do have the ball with 8:43 left in the second. And Saints injury, ooh. Whoever that is, man, hopefully they're okay. Hopefully they can come back to the game. Never want to see injuries, man. You never want to see injuries. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 39. Goff under center, 2 receivers to the right side, single back in the backfield. And a handoff, and he got lucky. Goff is absolutely lucky that he did not get taken down for a sack while trying to hand that one off. Jahmyr Gibbs gets taken down for a loss of 1 or 2 there. Second and 12, Goff under center. 2 receivers stacked up on the right side, single back in the backfield. Handed off to David Montgomery, and he will go nowhere. Trying to take it to the right side. No go against this pretty darn stout Cleveland defensive line. I bet you Ellen girlfriend is on the field today. They have pills for that now. But how much do the pills cost, man? That's the issue. No, I'm kidding. 3rd and 12. Goff chucking it down the left sideline, and it hits Jamison Williams right in the hands, and he just drops it. I mean, that is that is smack dab in the hands, dude. He had beaten his man. It was a great throw, and it would have gotten him inside the 20, man. Dang. That's an ugly drop by a really, really good player. Fair caught at the 20. Fumble! Muff the kick! Muff the catch. Sorry, not the kick. But I think they just recovered it, man. Woo! Dude, that could have been disastrous for Cleveland. That was DeAndre Carter out of Sacramento State, man. Former Washington Commander. It looks like he lost his concentration just a little bit, man, as one of his teammates was getting a little too close to him. But Carter able to recover it. So in comes the Cleveland Browns. Handoff to Judikins up the middle, and we'll pick up about 3 or 4 yards on the carry. We got 5:45 here in the second quarter. That is correct, my dude. Yes, it is. Yes, he is. So we got 2nd and 7. Joe Flacco in the shotgun, running back to his left. Single receiver to that right side as well. Hand it off to the rookie, bounces to the left, and will pick up the first down to the 29. Nice, patient running by Judikins. Milano down. Oh, man. Matt Milano has dealt with a lot of injuries, man. 1st and 10. Flacco under center. Throws to the left and is picked off. He's picked off again. Terrion Arnold returning this one, and he will be knocked out of bounds around the 10-yard line. And that's actually DJ Reader, I believe. Ooh, let's see if this one actually is an interception. Pressure coming from that left side. Yeah. The ball bounced off his helmet, but it landed in his hands. Jerry Jeudy, very frustrated, was looking for a flag, and he's not going to get it. It has been a dominant performance here by Detroit. That is their second interception of Joe Flacco in this game. 4:26 left in the second. And there is actually going to be a booth review. There's also a Detroit player down on the ground. All right, they're standing him up, but it looks like he needs help standing at this point. So we will see. David, Tom Brady is wearing a dumb off-white tie on a white shirt, like it is about as bland as skim milk with a shot of 2% on top. Yeah, man. It's talking about bland. It's probably not even regular milk because he's probably lactose intolerant. So that's like some almond milk with a dash of oat milk, just to add a little spice to your drink there. Listen, man, Tom Brady has done and said a lot of disgusting things over his career and his life that I do not approve of. That what he is wearing, I don't even want to look it up. That is a borderline war crime. It's disgusting. Tom Brady needs to be suspended for a week. He needs to be fined at least 25,000, if not more. Yeah, no, we can't have that in the NFL. You can't have that in society. And he needs to learn a lesson, and he needs to learn it now. I think they need to pull him off out of the booth, and just who's he with? Jim Nance, whoever it is. I guarantee you they'll be fine. And I know some people are thinking, David, aren't you overreacting just a little bit? No, I am not. I take this very seriously. Fashion is something that we take very seriously on the channel. All right. All right, man. It'll be first and goal, ball at the 5 yard line. Detroit just knocking on the door, man. About to make this a two possession lead. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. Hands it off to Montgomery, and he keeps the legs churning, getting it down to about the 3. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 2, so there we go. It's actually Montgomery's best run of the day, believe it or not. Just a 3-yard gain. All right, we got Goff under center. Montgomery alone in the backfield. Tight end in motion. Hands it off, and Montgomery gets nothing on this carry, so it'll be third and goal. Come on, man. We got to be more creative with this, man. All right, we got to throw it to St. Brown, or you got to hand it off to Montgomery here. Come on. Come on. St. Brown in motion. Single receiver to the left side. Goff under center. Play action. Gets it to St. Brown alone and just waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Let's go. All right, well, Detroit has officially scored more than the Green Bay Packers did last week. That is disappointing. It's disgusting. And I am offended. Bates' kick is good, and that'll make it a 10-point lead here with 3 minutes left in the half. Detroit looking great offensively and looking efficient on offense. There you go. There you go. That's a disgusting act. Was that when Randy Moss mooned the fans over there in Green Bay? I think that's what it was. Joe Buck. Joe. I think he's even said that he overreacted. I don't know when he said it. It's within the last, for sure, within the last like 5 7 years. He says he's looked back on that. And he's like, yeah, I overreacted. He's like, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. Yep. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, at least Joe Buck has learned from that. He's like, you know what? I gotta relax a little bit, just a little bit. Bates kicking this one away. Cleveland picks it up at the 3-yard line to the 20, 25, across the 30, and down near the 34. Dave, you should check the Pats score when you get a sec. Absolutely, my dude. Will do. All right, yeah. When we get a commercial break here, a little bit of a, we'll do a little around the horn on what's going around the league. All right, we got 1st and 10. Ball officially at the 33. Flacco in the shotgun, running back to alone in the backfield. Single receiver to the right side. Hands it off to the rookie running back, and he'll get it to about the 30-yard line. So a gain of 2. Sorry, to the 35, gain of 2. Ball swat. All right, we got 2nd and 8. Flacco under center, single receiver to the left, single back in the backfield. Play action. Pressure, throws to the left, gets it out to the rookie tight end, who is able to break a tackle and will pick up 7 out of the 8 yards that they need, but there is a flag on the field. And it's going to be on Cleveland. They'll wipe away a great play by the rookie tight end. Holding on number 71. The left tackle working on Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, kinda, but I don't think he ever hooks him. I don't know. I don't like the play. I don't like the call on that one because the tackle had basically everything from basically his belly button down was still very much in front of Hutchinson, and he never turned him. He never pulled him down. At least not from what I saw. I think what got them the flag was Hutchinson, like he did like a hop and then try to lower himself, basically kind of like trying to bend around the tackle, and I think that downward motion, coupled with him almost getting past the tackle, I think that's what made it look like he was being pulled down. So I can see it. I don't think it was an egregious bad call, but I think it should have been a no call. I think that was a pretty decent job by the tackle adjusting to a pretty good first step by Hutchinson. So I don't know. All right. No way Allen, old teammate number 94 on the Saints, tackled him. Oof. It's always got to hurt when your former teammates bring it down. Let's freaking go, man. We got 6 people here watching, man. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're 1 short of that goal, man. So if you want to help out the channel immensely, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We try to do as many games as we can on the channel, man. We try to do every primetime game, every Packer game. Right now, we're averaging 5 games per week. And so far this week, no different. Next week, hopefully we can get to as many as we can. So if that's something that you're interested in, hey, stick around. Make sure you leave a like. And hit up the chat too, man. We got some great people here. So thank you. Ba-ba-ba-ba. At least YouTube did something about the bots thing. Yep. Oh, man, those bots, man, I tell you. They keep me on my toes. That's a good thing. All right. Let's look around the league here really quickly. The Commanders making it a little bit closer here. 10-17. Falcons on top as they approach the halfway point of that game. The Chargers still trailing by 7 to the Giants, man. Texans still on top, 6-0. Buccaneers still trailing by 18. The Patriots on top, 21-6. All right, we're back here, 2nd and 18 after the penalty. And Njoku with his, I believe, his first catch of the day, but it's only going to be good for about 2 yards. That'll be 3rd and 16. Flacco trying to set up a little tight end screen where Njoku kind of cuts inside, almost like a slant, like a very shallow slant route, and then try to take it upfield. But Detroit sniffing that one out, doing a good job of holding him to just 2 yards. All right, 3rd and 16 here. I'm assuming Detroit's going to send a lot of pressure here towards Joe Flacco. Once again, throws it underneath to Njoku, and he will be about 6 or 7 yards shy of the first down. And we have Aiden Hutchinson down on the ground. Oh, no, man. And he's in a bad spot, man. Kind of just like curled up almost into a ball. Hutch freaking punching the ground. But hey, he's up. He's up. And he's even trotting off the field, man. There we go. Ooh. Just got blown up by by Jerome Ford. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him. That's probably why. Dude, he had everybody in Detroit just holding their breath. Punt is away. We're under 60 seconds left in the half. And a great one-on-one tackle there by number 28, Avery. Great coverage on the punt. All right, man. Detroit, 2 timeouts left. They have about roughly 55 seconds left in the half. Let's see if they're going to try to move the ball down the field, which it's Dan Campbell. They are going to try to move this ball down the field. I don't think Dan Campbell has ever just had, almost a minute left with a timeout and then just, yeah, we're just going to take it into the half. We're going to take a couple kneel downs. And actually, I was wrong. They only have 1 timeout left. I do not remember when they used the other one. Might have been during one of the injuries. Throws down the field and nearly intercepted. Trying to get it to Jamison Williams. But unfortunately, they're going to get Myles Garrett for jumping offside. So it'll be 1st and 5 coming up for Detroit. We got 50 seconds left here in the first half. Goff Looks, throws to the right side and finds Raymond for a first down. Also gets out of bounds, stopping the clock with 46 seconds left. Nice job by Khalil Raymond, man. First and 10, ball at the 27. Goff looking, throws over the middle, finds Sam Laporta across the 50 down to the 46. Woo! Just an absolute strike down the right seam. Gets to the line, forward receiver set. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. Looking, throws, and will find St. Brown for a gain of about 5 down the right sideline. Goes out of bounds and stops the clock as well. Dude, that was a great throw by Goff, man. Just above the linebacker that was just underneath Laporta, but able to drop it in between two defenders. 21 seconds left. Detroit still has one timeout. Ball just outside the 40. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. Has a little bit of time, throws it deep down the left, and once again targeting Williams down the field, but unable to connect. And it'll be 3rd and 4. Myles Garrett with a little bit of a pressure, forcing Goff to kind of step up in that pocket. May have disrupted a little bit of the timing on that play. All right, we got 3rd and 4. Single receiver to the right side. Goff probably just going to try to get something underneath here. No, he's going for it and unable to connect with Sam Laporta, not on the same page. I think Goff was expecting him to kind of flatten that route out, kind of like an out route, to try to pick up some yardage, go out of bounds, stop the clock. But Laporta kind of running I don't want to say like a corner route, but it was more of like an angle route, a little bit more up the field. So, all right. Jake Bates in to try to make this a 13-point game. He made one from 48, this one from 58. Kick is good. Oh my goodness. It was cutting in, then it cut out, and it was going to be a miss, but then he's able to just swerve it back in, dude. Woo! It looked first like it was going to make it, then it looked like it was going to be a miss, and then at the last second just curves just back inside. There we go. Detroit, man, has scored 20 unanswered points. After having to punt it away on their opening drive and then letting Cleveland move the ball down the field with a little bit of help from some penalties, Detroit has come back and just been able to control most of the game, man. Defensively, they look great. And offensively, they've been efficient, and they've taken advantage of the really solid field position that they've been able to have off of a couple turnovers by Joe Flacco. All right, we have 8 seconds left. I doubt Cleveland is going to be making really any kind of an attempt to get down the field here. Return is across the 30 down to the 32. 4 seconds left. Yep, and it looks like Cleveland's just going to take a knee and try to regroup here in the second half. They do get the ball to start the third quarter, so a little bit of a silver lining there. Hopefully they can start out as in the third quarter as well as they did in the first. All right, man. We are officially at halftime here in Detroit with Detroit on top. All right. Let's quickly look around the league. A lot of these games are probably going to be at halftime or approaching halftime. All right, over there in Atlanta, Atlanta Falcons on top, 17 to 10 at the half. Chargers are trailing by 10 points to the Giants, man, 13 to 3. They got 45 seconds left in that game. They do have the ball in Giants territory. At halftime, the Texans are shutting out the Titans 6 to nothing. And with basically at halftime, the Eagles on top of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24 to 6. Tampa scoring a last second field goal here just before the half. Patriots, holy cow, man. Panthers at one point were leading 6 to nothing. Patriots have now scored 28 unanswered points to take a commanding 22-point lead into the half. We got the Bills on top of the Saints, 14 to 10 with about a minute left. They do have the ball in the Saints, inside the Saints. See here, hold on. It said New Orleans 2. Now it says Buffalo 1. So I'm a little bit confused what happened there, but hey, whatever. Cole Bishop intercepted from New... Oh, no. That is a rough one. It's Buffalo. Oh, it's Buffalo's ball. Okay. Gotcha. I was a little confused, man. All right. So, yeah, Buffalo 14 to 10 over the Saints. And obviously in this game, 20 to 7, Detroit. Cole Bishop took the ball from the Saints. There we go, man. Let's go. Hopefully Josh Allen can just run this one in, you know. Hold on. There's a... I think we just saw Malik Neighbors get carted off the field. So yeah, Malik Neighbors carted off the field with an apparent knee injury after going airborne down on the sidelines. That freaking MetLife, freaking turf, man. That MetLife turf again. Like how many times, how many great players, how many players just in general are gonna need to be injured, severely injured because of that darn turf. Like Jesus. Like you don't see that in Green Bay. You don't see that in stadiums where there's like almost no stadium has natural 100% natural grass. It's just not the case anymore. It's just too high maintenance. But the Packers have like a synthetic blend with natural grass, man, and it's it's good. It works. You don't see a whole lot of guys in Green Bay going down with knee injuries typically. So I don't know, man. Hopefully it's not serious, man. Malik Neighbors, man, he is such a dang dynamic player, and that Giants team needs him. They need a guy like him on the field to be able to just kind of give you somebody to be able to look forward to kind of get the ball down the field, man. He's a dynamic player, man. When you get the ball in his hands, he can make things happen. So I don't know. Hopefully he's okay, man, but not typically not a great sign when you have to be carted off the field over there in MetLife. It's cool, bro. They'll find another player to take this place, so the billionaires don't care. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, just kind of how it is, man. At the end of the day, most of these owners, all they really care about is what's cheapest, what's gonna be able to get them, you know. But yeah, dude, it sucks, man. Hopefully the kid is all right, man. Hopefully he's, especially on a rookie contract, man. You never want to have a serious injury like that. It sucks. So let me see here. Hold on. Where are we at? Where are we at? All right. So very quickly, how many yards has Allen gotten you in the first quarter? Has not been a lot, man. It's been like a down game for Josh Allen. 115 yards, one touchdown, one pick. So not a whole lot. So hopefully the second half. The good thing is it's a close game. So that means Josh and this offense is gonna they're gonna have to continue to stay on the field and actually play. I was kind of worried that it would be a blowout and we would not see Josh Allen on the field really at all in the fourth quarter. So thankfully, it's a close game, and hopefully he can kind of throw a couple more touchdowns, and maybe get into the end zone himself. So we'll see. All right, let's talk about Detroit, Cleveland. Cleveland, they looked good on their opening drive offensively, and since then, the running game really hasn't been getting much of anything. And Joe Flacco has thrown two interceptions, and for the most part, has been getting pressured, and it doesn't seem to allow him to get the ball down the field. Even then, man, Joe Flacco, I think we're starting to see what happened over there in New York, and it's the ineffectiveness of an older, aging quarterback that hasn't been able to get the ball down the field. It's one thing when Joe Flacco is maybe not scoring touchdowns, throwing the ball, throwing 300 yards, but he's keeping the ball safe. It's a whole nother thing when he's not doing any of the other things, the good stuff, and he's turning the ball over. It's like at that point you're like, we might as well go with the young athletic quarterback who, yeah, he might throw interceptions, but Joe Flacco's already doing that now. But there's the upside of this kid could potentially give us a spark. And yes, I am talking about Dylan Gabriel, not Shador Sanders. So man, I don't know. It's I think Cleveland is not going to be. I don't think they're going to be moving away from Joe Flacco just yet in this game. But I think if Detroit continues to pull away and it looks like there's no chance of winning, I think Detroit is going to be. I think Cleveland is going to be forced to be like, let's see what we have in the kid. So, I don't know. But they also got to get the running game going somehow, man. They got to get something offensively down the field. If you can't get the running game going, you have to get the ball down the field. Take shots. You got Jared Judy. You got Cedric Tillman. You got Njoku. And you got that rookie tight end, Fannin, who seems to be doing a pretty decent job of catching the ball and fighting to get yardage after the catch. So, get some weapons. You got to utilize them, man. All right. And then for Detroit, defensively, they look dang good, man. They seem to be getting better and better. Two turnovers, a couple sacks. Aiden Hutchinson, luckily not injured, but has been kind of getting banged up throughout this game. But he is still in. He is still making plays, still getting pressure on Joe Flacco. That Detroit defense, like I said, they have been able to control most of this game. Their offense, pretty efficient. They when they're getting good field position, they're able to come away with points. They're able to run the ball pretty well with Jameer Gibbs. David Montgomery really hasn't been able to move the ball down the field. And then towards the last couple plays there, towards the last couple drives, you started to see Jared Goff just kind of take shots down the field, man. He has still been trying to connect with Williams deep down the field, has yet to connect with him. But when he does, man, I mean, any of those would have been able, if they would have caught the ball, man, Williams is into the end zone on at least half of those throws down the field. He had one that he dropped that would have gotten him inside the red zone. But I guarantee you, eventually they will hit on a pass like that, whether in the second half or eventually sometime during some other games here, man. So, yeah, Jared Goff still going to be chucking balls down the field, and eventually they're going to be able to. They're going to find something. All right, man. I think that is it. Something to look out for is one, how does Detroit kind of pull away from this game? Is the defense still going to hold up? And can that offense kind of put a drive together, a long, extended drive to kind of maybe give this Detroit defense a little bit of rest? Because I feel like a lot of the good drives for Detroit have come off of turnovers and short field position thanks to a really good defensive performance. And then for Cleveland, can they get anything going? I think their defense has done a pretty decent job. They just haven't been able to get home um, on Jared Goff or create a turnover, for a matter of fact. But can their offense get something going in the second half? Because they're going to need to. Otherwise, this game is just going to get out of hand and it's going to be a blowout. All right. I will be right back. I'm going to use the restroom, so be right back. And Bates kicks this one away. It'll be caught inside the 5, gets across the 20, 25, and down near the 29 is where the Cleveland Browns offense will take over here in the second half. Let's go! Couch, how many yards would your run defense give up going against the Detroit running backs? Oh, man. Couch, man, we've already talked about it. He's a big historian guy, man. He loves history, especially the Ottoman Empire. Big nerd for that. Handoff up the middle here. And the rookie fights his way for 2 yards down to the 30. But the one thing that Couch does a great job of, man, and he loves. Let's switch over there. He loves defense, man. He's an old school guy, man. Old school. Stop the run first. Get to the quarterback, man. He would fit in with Dan Campbell and that Detroit defense, man. Unfortunately. Yeah. Unfortunately, Couch might be a Detroit fan. I don't know. Throws to the right, and he finds his rookie tight end, Fannin. Woo! Let's go, man. We talked about Fannin. He's been showing some really good potential, man. Fighting for extra yardage, getting the ball down the field, or getting down the field. Let's go. Heck of a job, man. First down. And with Brian Branch draped all over him, too. Dave, I think David is talking about your couch you're sitting on. I know, man. Oh, I'm aware, man. Couch he's a strange fellow. Hand off to the right, and we'll pick up maybe a yard. There is a flag on the field, though. It came from the backfield, so I think this is going to be on Cleveland. Yeah, man. But it's okay. It's okay if Couch is a Detroit fan because the Packer fan is sitting on top of him. That's how it always should be. Second and 9. Ball at the 44 here. So they actually picked up the flag. Flacco dumps it underneath, and it'll be incomplete. Trying to get it to. That wasn't Ford or Judikins. Who was that? Number 22 for Cleveland. That was Dylan Sampson, another rookie. 4th round pick out of Tennessee. I think he's talking about your dining room chairs. No, I know for sure the dining room chairs. Packer fans all the way. 3rd and 9. You should have seen them after last week, man. They were just in tears. 3rd and 9. Pressure and down. Flacco goes. He fumbles the ball. And it's recovered by Detroit. Another turnover by the Browns by Joe Flacco. We do have a flag, though. We do have a flag. And it's going to be on Detroit. Holding on the defense. And that's going to be on Brian Branch. His second penalty of the day. And this one, a huge one. Not only was it 4th down, but the sack strip was recovered by Detroit in Cleveland territory. So that'll wipe away a massive, massive turnover for this Detroit defense. All right, Flacco in the shotgun, ball at the 49 of Cleveland. 2 receivers to the left. Play action, throws to the right. Down the field and trying to get it to Jerry Jeudy, but just outside his reach. That's a good job by DJ Reader, kind of staying as close as he could to Jerry Jeudy without, a penalty down the field. Come on, pick six. Let's do it. Flacco under center. Throws it over the middle and is going to be incomplete. Brian Branch with great downfield coverage. That'll be 3rd and 10. Flacco trying to hit his other tight end down the seam. Yeah, if Branch does not make a play on that ball, that is a catch and probably going to be just around the right around the red zone of Detroit here. All right, Flacco in the shotgun. Running back to his right. Pressure, gets it out to Jerome Ford, who just drops the ball, and that'll be a 4th and 10. Pressure coming from that right side man, Aiden Hutchinson, getting in the face of Joe Flacco to force him to get rid of that ball a lot sooner than he would want. Flacco even taking a hit and ending up on the ground too. Rattler just dropped the ball. Can't do it. Can't drop the ball, man. Punt is away. Caught at the 5. Detroit. And he is taken down around the 10. That is Khalil Raymond. Taking a hit, spinning, and falling down around the 10. Hutchinson frustrated by something. I think he was frustrated that the strip sack that he had was wiped away. All right, let's do a little bit of an update now that a lot of these games are well into the second half. Commanders continue to shrink the lead over there in Atlanta. At one point, they were down 7-17. It is now 13-17. Chargers and Giants still at halftime with the Giants on top, 13-10. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Texans on top, 6-0, with 5:44 left in the third. Man, Titans offense just struggling to get anything on the board. Tampa Bay still down by 18, 24-6. The Bills are on top, 14-10, with 12:51 left in the third. And then we have the Patriots up 28-6 over the Carolina Panthers. They are just starting the third quarter in that game. And obviously here in Detroit, Cleveland trailing by 13 points with 12:30 left in the third. This coming Thursday, 49ers, Rams, Matthew Stafford got this. Oh, that should be a good game, dude. Two teams that 49ers are undefeated. Rams could have easily been undefeated. It's going to be a toss to the right. Gibbs, and he will get nothing on the run back to the line of scrimmage. Great job by Cleveland's defense here, man. Handoff again to Gibbs. This one bounces it to the right side and will pick up about 8 yards, man. Was trying to go up the middle, literally bounced off of his own offensive lineman because there was nothing over the middle. Took it to the right side and found some extra running room. And that'll be 3rd and 2 coming up. All right. Goff under center, hands it off up the middle. Gibbs with a first down run across the 20, down near the 23. All right, we got 1st and 10. Gibbs in the backfield. Hands it off. And he will go down after a gain of 2. Almost looked like a face mask. And it might have been, actually. Now there's a flag. Now there's a late flag. Oh, but it came from the secondary, so I think it's going to be on Detroit. It is holding on the Lions. We got 10:48 in the 3rd. And that was on the rookie right guard, Tate Ratledge. 2nd round pick out of Georgia. All right. Goff under center, ball all the way back at the 12. Gibbs in the backfield. Single receiver to the right side. Play action, looking. Throwing it deep down the field and intercepted at the 45. It's going to be returned to the 40 and keeps it going. And Cleveland gets its first turnover of the game. That is Denzel Ward getting it into Detroit territory. Ball is going to be at the 45. And that was Goff once again trying to target Jamison Williams down the field. I think Goff is 0 for 4, 0 for 5 on those deep throws to Williams. All right, we got 1st and 10. Ball officially going to be spotted at the 42. Flacco under center, fullback, running back in the backfield, handed off to the rookie. He's going to get it across the 40, across the 45, 35, and down near the 32, very close to a first down. Might be one of the best, for sure, one of the best running plays for Cleveland in this game. Picking up about 10 yards on the ground. Let me move the ball here. Sorry about that. Got so caught up on the interception, I didn't move the ball. All right. It was a first down run. Quick throw to the outside, and it'll be across the 30, down inside the 24. All right, man. Cleveland moving the ball here. And that was to the rookie Isaiah Bond out of Texas. Dave Tyrell, Shevers probably caught a pass over there, and then Shakir for 17 yards. There we go. Good job, man. Khalil Shakir. All right, we got 2nd and 2. Flacco under center, play action, looking. He's going to run. He's going to take off, and he's going to slide. I don't think he's going to pick up much of anything on that one. Come on, Flacco. Pick six, make it happen. Pick six, make it happen. Pick six, make it happen. All right, we got 3rd and 2 after the scramble. Got nothing on that one. Hands it off to the rookie, and he's going to get the first down. Gets it inside the 20 after the second effort. And Judikins is beginning to get a little bit better here, man. He's starting to find some running room, starting to move the pile just a little bit here and there. Got it down to the 18 and a first down for the Cleveland Browns inside the red zone for the first time since their opening drive. All right, Flacco under center here. Single back in the backfield, single receiver to that right side. Hands it off to Judikins, and he is going to pick up 3 more yards to get it down to the 15. Scrambles are better than eggs. That's true. Man, dude, there's just something about a scrambled egg, man. Though, don't get me wrong. I like a sunny side up egg as well. Or easy, what's it called? What the heck is the term called? It's not sunny side up. But anyway, I like a little bit of a yolk as well, man. Not bad. Sorry, we're talking about football here. So 2nd and 7. Flacco, play action, and he's going to try to get it to Njoku, and it's going to be no bueno. Njoku looking for a flag, man. He was hit well after the ball was on the ground. Allen touchdown. Let's go. Heck yeah. All right, we got 3rd and 7 for Cleveland here. Flacco in the shotgun with a running back behind him. 2 receivers stacked up on the right side. Pressure over the middle. Flacco floats it and unable to connect with Fannin. Oh, my goodness. Branch fell down on the play, but Fannin just, I think he thought he was a lot closer to the sidelines than he thought because he started to slow up. Ooh, man, Flacco taking a shot. (21-10). Ooh, Buffalo. All right, looks like Cleveland's going to have to settle for a field goal here, but it is going to be their first points since the opening drive. So let's see. Smite kicks this one, and it is good. And Cleveland cuts the lead to 10, and they have double-digit points on the board. Let's go. All right, man. Heck yeah, let's go. All right, let's look around. Any new crazy updates on scores? Falcons scored a touchdown. They are now, again, up by double digits, 24-13. Obviously, the Commanders are very much missing having Daniels on the field. Otherwise, basically similar scores. Patriots just dominating Carolina now, 35-6. Obviously, Buffalo just scored a touchdown to make it 21-10. But yeah, man. Otherwise, oh, there we go. We got a touchdown by the Buccaneers. Barring the extra point, it is 12-24. They are trailing the Eagles there by a bit. All right, man. We're getting some scores here, man. Let's freaking go. So according to Tom Pelissero, it looks like Malik Neighbors is believed to have torn his ACL. Obviously, they're going to do an MRI on Monday, but if that is true, unfortunately, that is going to be the end of Malik Neighbors' season if the ACL tear is confirmed. They gotta burn that freaking turf, man. They absolutely have to just burn that freaking field over there in MetLife. Disgusting. All right, it's going to be caught at the 6 yard line to return to the 25, 30, 35, and taken down near the 38. Pretty darn good return by Detroit here. That was officially Jacob Sailors. Silers, sorry. It's not Sailors. Silers. Undrafted kid out of East Tennessee State. All right, we got two receivers in motion. Goff under center, Gibbs in the backfield. St. Brown in motion, handoff to Gibbs, and he slips on the turf. Will pick up about 2 yards. He'll be just shy of the 40. Allen is going to smoke the Pats next week hard. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Goff under center. Hands it off to Gibbs, who's trying to get some more yardage than he did last time, and he does. He's going to pick up about 4 yards, so setting up a 3rd and 3, maybe a 3rd and 4. Maybe the Pats will sack Allen 3 times and get a pick six. You don't know, man. Let's hope that's not true, man. Otherwise, that'd be terrible for my fantasy. All right, we got 3rd and 4. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looking, pressure, throws to the left, and once again trying to connect with Jamison Williams down the field, and that is a no-go. So far, Goff has just not been able to get the ball to his speedy wide receiver down the field. And that's going to be a Detroit punt here. And I never moved the ball. Unbelievable. Ah. It's going to be fair caught at the 16-yard line. DeAndre Carter, this time able to hold on to the ball. All right, guys, I will be right back. I'm going to grab something to drink. Also, David, that comment, man. Maybe the Pats will sack him 3 times and pick six. You don't know that, man. That was such a that was such a big Lebowski energy there. Like, yeah, man. Like, well, that's just like your opinion, man. All right, so we're coming back to the game here. Cleveland hands it off to the left. Big open field for the rookie, and he'll be very close to a first down. Barely got tripped up. Otherwise, he was going to be going off for quite a bit more yardage. All right, second and a very short one. Flacco under center, hands it off to the rookie, and he'll get a first down and fight for extra yardage across the 30 down to the 31. The kid out of Ohio State is beginning to really pick up more yardage after contact, man. He is beginning to impose himself, man. I like it. And we have a Detroit player down on the ground. That is Terrion Arnold with an injury. Showing the highlight from the Tampa game. Oh my God, dude. Of course, Baker would throw that freaking throw, and it would work too. All right, Arnold still down on the ground. It looks like his left knee is getting checked out a little bit here. So yeah, Arnold was the guy that tackled Judikins down. So the good news is he is getting up, but he is walking very, very gingerly. Yeah, man. Hopefully the kid is okay, man. He's been pretty darn good for them since they drafted him last year out of Alabama. All right. First and 10, Flacco under center, fullback, running back in the backfield, single receiver to the left, and the ball is at the 31. Handoff again to the Ohio State product, and he'll bring it down near the 34. Picks up about 3. Chris Olave just touchdown, Dave. First touchdown in his career. No, no. That's no. Chris Olave has been in the league forever, dude. That is not his first touchdown. There's no way. No, no, he scored at least 10 coming into this season. Second and 8. Flacco throwing it down the right sideline. Caught! Holy cow! Caught at the 32. Woo! And that is the rookie Isaiah Bond, man. Right now, the rookies on this Cleveland team making their presence felt, man. Judikins, Bonds, Fannin, they're all making plays, man. They are all making plays. And dude, Bond, he freaking just leapt in the air, man. He was almost like a full foot and a half above the defender on that one. First and 10, ball at the 32. Flacco under center. And there's a flag. It might be on Cleveland here. It might be a false start. Oh, man. And it's a false start on the rookie. On the rookie tight end. Yes, maybe first in his Saints career. I think I'm pretty sure he was drafted by the Saints, but back in 2022. I know he's been dealing with a lot of injuries over the last couple of years, so I think this is his first touchdown in a while. Definitely in a while, because he only scored one touchdown last year, and he was injured for most of that year. First and 15, throw to the left, and nearly intercepted again. This one just glancing off of Roberts' fingertips. Joe Flacco, man. He's just freaking just slinging it wherever. Trying to target the rookie Isaiah Bond on that one. Saints just trying to do a 2-point conversion, but the Bills blocked it. There we go. Had 4 touchdowns in 2022, 5 in 23, and 1 in 24. So yeah, so it might have been his first touchdown in a while. It might be his first touchdown in like a year. That might be the thing. And it's going to be a delayed handoff to Ford, and that goes absolutely nowhere. Actually lost a yard. So 3rd and 16 coming up for Cleveland. Whoa, that Detroit fan looks wild. I don't know whether it's the tan, the hair, or the suit that is absolutely insane. All right, we got 135 left in the third quarter here. 4 receiver set. Flacco looks, throws, and it'll pick up maybe 3 yards, getting it to Bond down the left to the left sideline. So unfortunately, after some great plays by some rookie players, Cleveland is going to have to settle for a field goal. But if they make this, it will cut it down to a 1-possession lead. We'll see if Smite is able to make this one. He is 1 for 1. He made one from 33. This one from 56. And no good. It goes wide right. You couldn't have done that last week, you douche. Sure, against Green Bay, no problem making 50, almost a 60-yarder, but against Detroit, can't make a 56, 58-yarder, man. Come on. I don't like him. I don't like that kicker. He is no longer a human being. All right. Woo! We got 6 people here, man. I want to say thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We are currently at 99 subscribers, man. So we just need a little bit of help to get over that threshold. So If you like what you've seen so far, please make sure you leave a like. We try to do as many games as we can throughout the season. We try to do every primetime game, every Packer game. We average about 5 games per week. So yeah, man, please make sure you leave a like, man. We're trying to get this channel kind of up and running. But I appreciate you. Thank you. Bills in fourth quarter now, Dave. Oh, game is closing, man. The game is what? The Bills are on top, right, by about 11 points, I think. No, oh no, no, no. The Saints cutting it down to 5 points right now. Might be an extra point in there coming up. All right, let's look at some stats here for this game while we have a little bit of time. So, all right, we got Joe Flacco, 13 of 26, 165, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Quashawn Judikins, 17 carries for 70 yards, 1 touchdown. Isaiah Bond, 3 for 58. Jerry Jeudy, 3 for 48. Harold Fannin, 2 for 24. And Judikins, 2 for 18. So looking pretty solid. 1 pick for Denzel Ward. Goff in the shotgun, hands it off to Gibbs, who gets it across the 50, inside the 40, and a big run by the Georgia product. There's what we talked about before the game, man. If Detroit is able to run the ball comfortably and control the time of possession, it's going to be a long day for Cleveland. Ball inside the 35 down to the 32. Goff under center, hands it off to David Montgomery, who is going to get nothing on the play. Unfortunately, I started Montgomery in my fantasy. He has been an absolute bust. And I should have known, because he had a great game last week. I should have known that it was going to be swinging back down. But I was like, hopefully, come on. I was hoping he would at least get into the end zone one time, which he could still get in there, but it's not looking good. No extra point. The Bills have a 21-16. Oh, they attempted the 2-point conversion. That's correct. You let me know that before. My bad. It's going to be a throw. Gets it out to Laporta. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards on the play. 3rd down coming up for Detroit. At least he has a good name. Yes, he does, man. The Davids are staying strong. All right. That is the end of the 3rd quarter, man. Detroit at home on top of the Cleveland Browns 20-10, and they are in Cleveland territory with a chance to add to this lead when we come back here in the 4th. And when we hit 100 subscribers, man, I will be going live. Even if it's during the game, I'll even go live a little bit after the game, just to kind of talk about and just kind of hang out, kind of celebrate a big accomplishment on the channel. But we haven't gotten there yet, but we will, man. It'll happen. It'll happen. All right, just checking the old fantasy there really quickly. All right, let's continue to look at some of the stats here for this game. Looking at Detroit's stats, Jared Goff, 13 of 21, 125, one touchdown, one interception. Look at that little baby. Ah, he's sleeping. Ah, that's adorable. Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 of 81, one touchdown. David Montgomery, just 6 carries for 6 yards. Amon-Ra, 5 for 54 and a touchdown. Sam Laporta, 3 for 39. And Khalif Raymond, 2 for 13. Goff under center, in the shotgun. Looking, gets it to Williams, finally gets it going on 3rd and 2, first down, and it'll be just inside the 10. Myles Garrett, man, he has become so close to a couple sacks in this game, man. But man, dude, they are doing a good job of just allowing that pocket. Oh no, it was a drop. I thought he caught it. Williams dropping another one. That is his second drop of the day. 3rd and 2. Campbell aggressively trying to pitch it out. Gibbs, no good. He's not going to get it. Turnover on downs. Jim Schwartz, man, the defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, is a former Detroit head coach. Was actually the head coach when they made it to the playoffs, I think, for the first time in a long time. Had a couple rough seasons there as well, but I think Schwartz was a solid coaching hire for the time, man. He got them kind of playing really good defense, and the offense wasn't too bad with Matthew Stafford and Megatron there. You mean we could get a tour of your apartment, Dave, at 100 subs? Not that one. You know what? If we get to 1,000, we'll do a tour. We'll do a tour. That's a long ways away, though. Flacco gets it to his running back for a gain of about 3 yards. Apparently, I never moved the ball to Detroit. It's all right. Man, Judikins has been a pretty darn good back, man, throughout this game. He's been really solid. All right, Flacco under center. Single receiver to the left, single back in the backfield. Play action. Throws it deep to the right. He's got a man, and Fannin allows it to just slip right through his hands. Anzalone doing a great job of shrinking the gap between him and Fannin. I think that's one of those where if you're Fannin, you got to stop and turn to the ball. And when Alonzi and Angeloni bumps into you, get the flag. He'll learn that, man. That would have been a veteran move by a young man. 3rd and 7, and Flacco's gonna have to burn a timeout here. All right, 3rd and 7. Flacco in the shotgun, running back to his right. Aiden Hutchinson putting the pressure on him. Jerry Jeudy dropping a pass. If he catches that one, he is going to be going off for some big, big yardage. Aiden Hutchinson doing a great job coming off that right side. Almost getting to Joe Flacco, putting a little bit of pressure, making Joe Flacco kind of get that ball out maybe a little bit quicker. But still, dude, that was a great throw. And Jerry Jeudy, you got to catch that, man. Mm, mm, mm. No bueno, man. All right, let's look around the league. Let's go. Holy cow, man. Falcons 31-16 over the Commanders. Giants 21-18 over the Chargers. They are still in the third quarter in that game. And the Texans, holy cow, 19-0 over the Titans. Eagles 31-20 over Tampa, heading into the fourth quarter in that one. And the Patriots still with a 29-point lead early in the fourth over the Carolina Panthers. Bills 21-16 with about 9:20 left in the fourth. All right, man, we got some blowouts, but we also have some pretty surprisingly close games. Like, I don't think anybody expected the Chargers to be trailing the Giants heading into the fourth. And then the Bills only up by 5 in the fourth quarter against the Saints. Ah, dang. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Well, especially if you can only speak English. You know? It's tough to understand when somebody is being inquisitive when they're speaking Spanish. That's what Inquisition means, right? To be inquisitive peacefully. Well, we got DJ Reader being carted off the field, trainer holding his left leg. That's not good. And fair caught by Detroit. No, it's actually going to be caught to the 40, to the 50. He's loose to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Detroit! With an incredible return by Khalif Raymond. No flags. I could have sworn I thought he might have waved for a fair catch. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And that is the third time Raymond has been able to bring a punt back for a touchdown in his career. It is 26-10, 13:40 left in the fourth. All right, Bates trying to make this a 3-possession game here with the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is right down the middle. And Jake Bates makes it 17-point lead for Detroit. And that was Corey Bajorquez, the former Green Bay Packer, giving up a pretty nice punt to Detroit. Also, not even diving, man. Bajorquez didn't even try to dive to bring down Raymond. Okay, dude. Raymond getting a little bit of a kiss from his I'm assuming his girl there on the sidelines. All right. Right on, right on. And Cleveland. Gonna take a knee in the end zone there for a touchback. All right, we got Joe Flacco under center, single receiver to the right side, single back in the backfield. Receiver in motion, handoff, and Judikins picking up about 2, maybe 3 tough yards there down to the left side. Second and 8, ball at the 37. Flacco in the shotgun, running back to his left. Quick throw, and it'll be incomplete, trying to get it to the rookie, Fannin. All right, man. This Detroit defense, man, especially the linebackers, they've been doing a dang good job in coverage. Flacco just does not seem to have any room to throw. A lot of contested balls. All right, Flacco in the shotgun, running back to his left. 3 receivers on that right side. Pressure, quick throw, and incomplete. Trying to get it to Jerry Jeudy, not on the same page. And that's going to be a quick 3 and out for the Cleveland Browns here, man. There we go. Punt is away. Bajorquez. This one will be fair caught at around the 17. Khalif Raymond says, I don't have enough juice for another run. All right, we got an updated score here. Texans just absolutely smashing the Tennessee Titans 26-0 with less than 5 minutes left in that game. Patriots 42-6, 42 unanswered points for the New England Patriots. They got about 10 minutes left in that game. And then the Saints kicking the field goal to make it a 2-point deficit against the Buffalo Bills. 7:07 left in that game. And update on the Bills. Bills just scored a touchdown. 27-19, man. Commanders have shrunken the deficit to 7. It is 24-31. Atlanta on top with about 5:10 left in the fourth. Yeah, they're showing the pressure that Myles Garrett has been putting on in this game, man. 6 quarterback pressures, no sacks. I think he might have hit Goff one time, but nothing, man. Goff hands it off to David Montgomery, who will lunge across the 20 down to the 21, a gain of about 4 or 5. All right, we got 2nd and 6. This one, an end around to Jamison Williams, and that'll go nowhere, and they will lose about 4 yards back at the 18. Yeah, man, they've been trying to get Williams involved any way possible, man. They have taken about 4 or 5 shots deep down the field. Neither has connected. He's had 2 drops. And now they're trying to do a little bit of an end around towards the right sideline, and that one ended up losing about 3 or 4 yards. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. 3 receivers stacked up on that left side. Sends the tight end in motion. Goff over the middle, finds Jamison Williams, and this one across the 40 and picking up big yardage and a first down. Jamison Williams finally get something going. That is his 2nd catch of the day. I believe that was his 8th target. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 45. Goff under center, hands it off to David Montgomery, who is just having a rough day for the Lions and for me as well. Don't like it. Don't like it. Lost about a yard or 2 on that one. All right, Goff in the shotgun. Montgomery to his left. Single receiver to that right side. Another handoff. And Montgomery able to get it across the 45 down near the 47. You know, I appreciate the Detroit Lions. They're trying to give me some fantasy points here, but Cleveland's just being rude and they're not allowing David Montgomery just to run all the way down the field for a touchdown. It's disrespectful, to be honest with you. I don't like Cleveland's attitude on defense right now. All right, we got 3rd and 8. Goff in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up on that left side. Montgomery to his left as well. Pressure and incomplete. Trying to get it to David Montgomery underneath the coverage. Sam Laporta doing a terrible job trying to block Myles Garrett. And I'm not saying that as a negative towards Laporta. I'm saying that as I don't think anybody else would have done a much better job. The disrespect is, I know, right? The heck. You know, Cleveland, if you're gonna beat the Packers and you're not gonna beat the Detroit Lions, can we at least let David Montgomery score a touchdown? Jesus. All right. And Cleveland will get the ball here inside the 10 after a great punt by Detroit. All right. 1st and 10. Flacco looking, dumps it underneath the Judikins. He'll get it across the 15 down to the 17, and that's a 1st down catch and run for the rookie out of Ohio State. If they would let Montgomery score a TD, we would allow Goff throw that. Absolutely, man. Exactly. We're generous. We'll give it back to you. You let David Montgomery score, and you can pick off Goff for a pick 6. Come on. Another little screen pass. This one to number 34. Gets it across the 20 down to the 22. And don't forget, guys, we do every possible game we can on the channel, man. Every primetime game, every Packer game. If that's something you're interested in, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 before October. Closing in on that number. Oh, nice job by Judikins. Oh, spin move. Keeping the legs turning, and we'll get a 1st down run by Judikins, man. It looked like he was going to be brought down for a gain of 1. Did a nice little spin move, and then just fought through a tackle to pick up the necessary yardage for a 1st down. All right, Flacco in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers stacked up on that right side. Fannin in motion, play action. Flacco looking, has time, has to run to his right, and we'll just throw it away. 2nd and 10 coming up. Yeah, man. They're showing all these sad Cleveland fans in the stands. Second and 10. 2 receivers on the right side. Flacco in the shotgun with a running back to his right. And sack. There is a flag, though. It's picked up by Detroit to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Detroit. Once again, what is the flag? And it was Hutchinson again with a strip sack. He already had one wiped away earlier in the game. Does he have another one that is wiped away? It's going to be illegal formation. The penalty is declined. And it'll be a first down for Detroit. So the good news is for Hutchinson, this sack and strip will count. I mean, Flacco just did not even sense him at all. Literally, Hutchinson basically just walked up to him and just slapped the ball out of his hands. It literally looked like Hutchinson was like the bully in high school that was just walking up to Flacco and just smacking down his tray of food. All right, man. Detroit with the ball at the 20 here. And Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, come on, man. We got to get David Montgomery. Jahmyr Gibbs gets the handoff, and he's going to lose 2 yards back at the 22. Hutchinson, nine quarterback pressures, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. Could have been 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles, but a penalty wiped away one of those earlier in the game. 2nd and 12. Goff in the shotgun. Jahmyr Gibbs to his right. Goff looking, dumps it underneath to St. Brown. I will take that. And that'll pick up about 7 down to the 15. All right, we got 3rd and 4. Goff alone in the shotgun. Single receiver to the right side. Jahmyr Gibbs now motioning back into the backfield. Hand off to Jahmyr Gibbs. First down inside the 10, down to the 6. Yeah, that was a nice run there, man, by Gibbs, allowing the kind of like the windows to open up. Usually he's a guy that as soon as you get the ball, he's going 100%, but he kind of chopped his feet a little bit, waited for the blocks to really settle, and then boom, just took off. 1st and goal, ball at the 6. Another handoff to Gibbs, and he gets it inside the 5, down near the 2. And that'll set up a 2nd and goal. Unfortunately for me, Gibbs is still on the field, so Montgomery is on the sidelines. Play action. St. Brown? No! Nearly intercepted. It's going to be a flag on the field, though. It's going to be a false start, it looks like, on Detroit. There you go. 4:14 left in this game. After this game, we will be doing Chicago versus Las Vegas. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. That one will be coming up pretty soon. All right, second and goal back at the 8-yard line. We got David Montgomery. Let's go. And it goes right through the hands of Khalil Raymond. All right, we got third and goal here. Goff in the shotgun. Two receivers split out to the right. Quick throw to St. Brown. He bounces it. And touchdown! St. Brown! Lions putting it on the board, man, and it is a blowout. If it wasn't already. Amon-Ra St. Brown with a heck of a catch. Great move. And then just tiptoed down the right sidelines and got it into the end zone. Basically a little bubble screen from the slot. Goff throwing it to the right side. And once again, St. Brown doing some work. And the extra point is good. And it is now 34-10 Detroit. All right. Well, from the looks of it, just like I said at halftime, if this game did not become close, there was a good chance we were going to see Dylan Gabriel. And from what I am seeing, that is what we're going to get. Joe Flacco. I don't know if there's a benching, but it's not a good sign. I think Cleveland might have taken a little bit too long to kind of move on from Joe Flacco in this game. Caught at the 2, to the 20, 25, 30, and down to the 35 is DeAndre Carter. But he is actually very slow to get up. He was holding that left knee there for a second. Hopefully he's okay. Not able to put any kind of weight on that left leg, getting helped by two trainers to get off the field. All right, we got 1st and 10. Gabriel in at quarterback, ball at the 35. Single receiver to the right. Hands it off to Judikins and pickups about 3 yards on the play. Second and 7. Single receiver to the left. Single back in the backfield. Tight end in motion. And another handoff here. Judikins able to pick up about half a yard down to the 38. All right, Cleveland is not showing a whole lot of trust in the rookie quarterback out of Oregon. Third and 7 coming up. There we go. The lefty throws down the field and unable to connect. Trying to get it to Isaiah Bond, another fellow rookie, but nothing there. Bond was looking for a flag, and it'll be 4th and 7. Detroit going to get this one back. Woo! Great coverage. Great coverage. And we're going to have the backup quarterback coming in. That is Kyle Allen, man. A guy that has been around the league for a long, long time. 8th season in the NFL. He started out his career, I think, with Carolina. Yeah, Carolina undrafted out of Houston. Bounced around, played for Washington, Texans, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh last year. So hands it off and picks up about 3 yards there. Jacob Silers with a carry. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning here in Detroit. Detroit with a dominant victory, 34-10 over the Cleveland Browns. Right now, Detroit is tied for the lead in the division. Minnesota lost this earlier today. They are 2-2. And if the Packers cannot get a win over Dallas, Detroit will be alone at the top of the NFC North after 4 weeks. But if Green Bay does win, which they should, and they will, they will be on top because they have the tiebreaker over Detroit currently. Bill's got this 2-minute left on. Oh, two. Let's check it out. Hey, man, I had some disappointing guys this week. Lad McConkey, bust. David Montgomery, unfortunately. Yeah, man. It was not pretty. But we had some pretty decent stuff here. Not too bad. 31-19 Bills, man. All right, we got 2nd and 8, handoff, and a big run up the middle. First down, that is it. Unless Cleveland decides to use their timeouts, that is going to be it for the game, and that'll be just probably 2 kneel downs, and that'll take us to the end of the game. Well, it was a good run for Cleveland after getting an upset win over Green Bay last week. They will fall to 1-3. Detroit, after losing to Green Bay in Week 1, have now won 3 straight games. And that'll be the final score here, man. 34-10, Detroit dominating Cleveland, man, especially in the second half here. Ah, dang, man, that was a pretty darn good performance by Detroit, man. They really imposed themselves in the second half. Jameer Gibbs had a big day, and Goff, despite kind of throwing the ball down the field, not connecting with Williams on a lot of targets there, still had a pretty decent game. Let's check out the final stats here before we head out. All right, Joe Flacco finishes 16 of 34, 184 through the air, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Dylan Gabriel, the backup, only attempted 1 pass and did not complete it. Quashawn Judikins, 21 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown. Isaiah Bond, 3 for 58. Jerry Jeudy, 3 for 48. And Judikins, 4 for 33. And Harold Fannin, 2 for 24. No sacks, and Denzel Ward did get an interception off of Jared Goff there in the third. Jared Goff, 16 of 27, 168 through the air, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Jameer Gibbs, 15 of 91 for a touchdown. David Montgomery, 9 carries for just 12 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 catches, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jameson Williams, 2 for 40 off of 8 targets. Could have had an even bigger game if he didn't have 2 big drops. Sam Laporta, 3 for 39. And Khalif Raymond, 2 for 13. And Detroit's defense able to pick up 3 sacks, including 2 for Aiden Hutchinson, 1 resulting in a forced fumble that was recovered by Detroit, and then finally 2 interceptions, one by DJ Reader, who unfortunately left this game at some point in the fourth quarter with looks like a severe leg injury. He was carted off the field. Luckily, the leg wasn't in a cast or kind of like those air casts, so maybe not as severe as I thought, or am I thinking? But yeah, either way, having to be carted off the field is usually not a good thing. And then finally, Kirby Joseph with the first interception of the season for him, I believe, and also he ended up leading the NFL in interceptions last year, so another pretty good start for him. But yeah, that's basically it. Nothing too crazy. First downs, 16 for Detroit, 15 for Cleveland. almost half of those came in on Cleveland's first opening drive. Cleveland with 65 plays run to Detroit's 56. And time of possession was actually in Cleveland's favor, but unfortunately, not much going there. So, dang. No pick sixes. Though we did get a couple nice spin moves from Judikins, but yeah, no. No pick sixes. We are still waiting for the first pick six of the channel for this season. So, we will see. We will see if we can get one. All right. Hopefully, we can get one against. Oh, actually, no. We got a pick six. We did get a pick six in week 1. I forgot. J.J. McCarthy gave us a pick six against Chicago. So we have gotten one, actually. But that was all the way in week 1. It's been forever. Hopefully Chicago can get us another one here in a couple minutes. So, all right, guys, that is going to be it for me. I got to get ready for the next game here, which starts in about 12 minutes. So I will see you guys there for Chicago versus Las Vegas. And then after that, Green Bay versus Dallas, which is going to be a big one. So, but thank you so much to everybody that watched throughout this game. If you guys are new here, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe on this video. It helps out the channel immensely. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before October. We're at 99, man. Almost at that threshold. So we got 2 more games coming at you today. So make sure you tune in for both of them. So thank you so much. I will catch you guys in a little bit. And once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach.